They're all objective. They're back there waiting on
They were
ledge.
all,
You go
yeah.
down ledge to the right.
Yep. I got blood.
Lady tickets
That's
here.
right. Stop bleeding. Yeah, yeah. Bombed him. Bombed him. That's another one down. There we go. Turn around, boys. Here we go.
I'm gonna watch the ledge.
Good pressure shot. I'm with you. She has a knife. You're going right. You're going right.
You guys are bleeding their tickets, dude. Whatever you're doing, it's working. They're fucked.
Hey guys, Saki here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're switching it up a bit. My astute viewers may have noticed by now that this is not Apex Legends, and they would be correct. Gold star for you guys, keep up the great work. What you're seeing here is Rogue Company, a new free-to-play shooter from Hi-Rez that's currently in beta. Hi-Rez is the company behind Paladins and Smite, and I think Realm Royale, if that's even still a thing. And Hi-Rez to me is a company that's weirdly unique in their complete lack of uniqueness. A more jaded person might say that they just rip off popular games, and while that's probably true, I don't know that it's a fair statement. And that's why today's video is going to be a little different than usual. I had recorded gameplay over a few evenings playing with some friends, fully intending to just put out a gameplay video with a little stinger intro like usual. But something about Rogue Company lit a little creative spark inside me, and no matter how many times I tried to shake it, I needed to put all my word vomit into something more cohesive. So now, I invite you to join me on what will inostensibly be a series of tangents and stories that we can all only hope resolves to make a real point. My first experience with Hi-Rez was in 2016 with Paladins, and while it was nearly memed into an early grave for being a complete ripoff of Overwatch, it was actually a lot of fun. Over the last few years, I have easily logged more hours in Paladins than Overwatch, which I feel not only makes me qualified to talk about this, it also legally makes me a ward of the state. So what was it about Paladins then and Rogue Company now that makes these rip-off meme-worthy games so much fun? It's the dirty C word, you know the one, casual. Hi-Rez, in my mind, has mastered the art of the casual shooter like no other dev studio on the market right now. It's entirely possible and almost likely they did not do this on purpose, but somehow they've pulled it off. The gaming industry, and in particular esports, has gone from the Wild West to an efficient business machine in the last decade. And while it's great for the industry, it's not always great for the consumer. Real investors and real advertising dollars getting pumped into the scene means stability and professionalism on a level we haven't seen before, but I don't think I'm alone in feeling an unprecedented level of just corporate. I can't go 5 minutes reading about the games I love without coming across pro team drama or the latest tournament I need to tune into on Twitch, or people screaming at developers about balance on Twitter, or another fucking G Fuel ad. There's this notion that every title now needs to be esports ready, and I get it. The potential draw of professional orgs with massive fan bases that represent some of the biggest names in gaming can, for better or worse, make or break a title. But I don't care. Sometimes I just want to turn on my computer and do this.
I'm gonna go around.
My gas.
That is unfortunate for them.
No!
Oh, but you know. That's what we in the business would call an epic gamer move. It's also what normal people would call fun. All too often now, it feels like fun seems to take a backseat in gaming. I don't think this is intentional. I doubt there are developers out there looking to minimize the level of enjoyment in their games, but it still happens. Between meta character builds, the ever-present skill-based matchmaking debate, map rotations and callouts, it feels like you can't play a major title anymore unless you're willing to watch the equivalent of a bachelor's degree worth of guides on YouTube. It amuses me to no end that once upon a time in the dark age of gaming, 10 people would queue into a game of League of Legends and run all over Summoner's Rift because we just didn't know any better. If you did that now, even at the lowest levels of the game, you'd find yourself getting reported every single time. These games have been, for a lack of a better term, solved. A solo mid laner in League, the GOATS meta in Overwatch before role select, the absolute insanity that is late game editing in Fortnite. It's not to say you have to play like this, but if you don't, you're probably going to get bullied by the people that do. And that's why Rogue Company feels so magical to me, the same way the Paladins captured my attention 4 years ago. There's something about this game that just lets the gross, sweaty, try-hard portion of my brain shut off. I don't care about the meta, I don't need to know the maps, it doesn't matter what characters are overpowered, I'm just happy to run around shooting things and seeing all the nice flashing lights pop up on my screen. This may seem like I'm building up to a reveal where I tell you that Rogue Company is the sleeper hit of 2020 and you need to pay for early access now or you're missing out. It's not, and you don't. Rogue Company is an objectively bad game. It's a third-person tactical shooter based around attacking and defending static objectives. That's a balanced nightmare for character and map design, on top of just being relatively lazy for a shooter in 2020. You'd be well within your rights to say that it looks like a third-person mobile port of Rainbow Six Siege done by someone that didn't really understand Rainbow Six Siege. The netcode and hit detection is atrocious. I lost track of how many times I'd dump shots into people that didn't register, or how many times I would rubber band back 6 feet and suddenly be dead. You could argue that these are beta-related issues, and to its credit, Rogue Company is in a real beta state, not like a buy now for early access before release next week beta state, but I have zero confidence that core issues like this will be fixed. But more than that, I don't want to argue. Rogue Company is fun because it's stupid. This game is good because it's bad. These stupid mistakes and obvious balance issues are what lets my brain just disengage and not care. For some people, this may be devastating. If you are expecting Rogue Company to launch your competitive gaming career, I have some bad news for you. But if you're like me and you just want to go on a mental vacation for a few hours while you play a shooter with some friends, Rogue Company is worth your time. We need casual games like this, now more than ever. As simple as it is, we need to be reminded that the shooter genre can be fun. That's not to excuse poor game design or anything, but man, it's refreshing to just not care. Every aspect of the shooter genre has been analyzed and commodified and monetized at this point, and Rogue Company stands out like a portal back in time to the days of Modern Warfare 2. It's that pure hit marker porn dopamine rush that we've all been chasing ever since then. I'm sure there's still going to be plenty of people that take Rogue Company way too seriously. There are people that take everything too seriously, so why would this be an exception? But if you're watching this video and you're on the fence about Rogue Company, to you I say install this game and go have fun. Not only is it a relaxing, enjoyable experience, it'll give you a fresh perspective on all the other games we love to hate. All that talk before about meta and solving games, that's not a bad thing, those aren't bad words. That comes from a carefully crafted experience by teams of developers that are incredibly passionate about the product they're delivering to their fans. But it's easy to lose sight of that when you're tilted off the face of the earth over your 5th loss in a row. If that sounds like you at all, go get this game, install it, and just have a laugh. Sometimes we need to remember that video games are all just stupid fun.
Yes we do.
They're all in there. They're just fighting.
I'm going around, dude.
Oh my
What
god.
do you think you want to do, man?
What are we doing with these guys? What are we doing with these guys?
Sounds like you
That's
don't
it.
even need me.
We do. What you talking about? We need you for the vibes.
Enemies eliminated.
We
The
just won.
vibes, that's it. I'm just a cheerleader, not an actual player.
Give it to me like
Wait till I get hundreds and I bring them to the yard. Wait till I get people looking at me from afar.